Hello everyone, we are now live. Just putting the information for this chat because we are now in episode 2 of Quarantine Fitness and Life. Hope everyone is doing well. There we go. Pinned the comment there so everyone knows what's going on, and our guest is here for today. Just going to So just request her. Hope you're all doing well. Sean, you're here. Good to see you.
There you are. How are you?
How's it going?
Yeah. I mean, things have changed a lot since we last spoke.
Oh, I know.
Middle of last year, the world has completely changed. We're in the twilight zone, it seems.
Was that long ago, was it? Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's probably maybe around about, I don't know, maybe July time or something. Maybe.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
That's gone so
Yeah.
quick.
I know. But thanks for joining us. And
No,
yeah,
it's fine.
yeah.
Thanks
So,
for having me.
of course. So, yeah, I'll just introduce this so people know what's really going on. So, welcome to Quarantine Fitness and Life. This is just a platform I created because of the ongoing crisis that we're in. And it's just really a place for us all to sort of really see how we're all getting on, see what's going on in terms of how we can improve our physical fitness during this time, and just to get a lot of things off our chest with frustrations of the quarantine life. So this is why I have my guest here today to sort of chew the fat over that. And if there's any points that you guys want to raise, things that maybe you're going through, jot them down in the comment section. We'll have a chat about it. So yeah, Pip, I mean, since this sort of really broke in the UK about 3 weeks ago, I mean, what has things really been like, especially in Wales? What's things been like where you've been?
Well, we started hearing little rumours here and there in my company about what we're going to do and how we're going to actually face it. But as you know, because I work in IT, we were always going to go into a lockdown. We were always going to work from home. So we started implementing that. And as soon as that actually came to play, that's when everything just changed. Because I was still going to the gym while I was working from home. So on my breaks, I'd go down and I could see it was getting quieter and quieter. Less people were coming in. A lot of our over 70s memberships, they were frozen. So it was all just starting to get really serious really quickly then at that point. And then before you knew it, it was full on, right, Boris, you're not going out, you're not going anywhere, you're staying in, done. And I was just wait, I'm not prepared for this. I can't not have the gym. It was honestly, it freaked me out. For a good few days, I did panic and I was a bit what am I going to do? But I was used to working from home and being in the house in the day anyway. It was more just the normal day-to-day things you're not able to do anymore. It's you never ever think of that being a thing. So that was crazy. In Wales, it all just gets
and what you're sort of explaining, I'm sure that's what a lot of people's thoughts were as well, especially in terms of training, but even people who are not necessarily into fitness, just even the disruption to daily life of what to do. I mean, I think this is why I've created this, so we can sort of really talk about how we can even get really through our days. But you did really sort of touch briefly on the sort of first thing I did want to ask you, and that's really what then have you actually done to keep yourself sort of physically active during this lockdown period? I mean, you said that before you were able to go to the gym, which is something that I did as well, but then it started to come to the stage that it probably wasn't the best idea for us, but then as you said, Boris locked it down.
I know.
So what have you been doing then?
Well, I started thinking this is going to happen because my friend, she works at the NHS, and there was loads of talk about the fact that gyms are going to close, and they have to. They're quite, they're full of people sweating. They couldn't stay open. So I started to think what was going to be the best thing for me. And my mother works in a care home, so I knew that I was going to have to isolate away from her if it locked down. And obviously with my partner training still, we don't have our own place just yet. So I thought the best place then to set up camp for a couple of months is going to be his parents' house, which is where I'm at now. And we basically here he has a lot of equipment. So, well, I say a lot for me, not maybe for him, but for me it's perfect. I've got a mat, I have a little bar. So we decided to go somewhere like here for a lot of personal reasons, but also this was going to be a better location for us to train. So we have a big garden space. His neighbour has a gym in his garage, which we haven't
Nice.
yet, but he has, on days that maybe he's in the house, we could have the garage. So yeah, to keep fit, basically we've been outside a lot. We've been really lucky with the weather. So right now at this point, things aren't worrying for me or for my partner. We're able to train outside. We're doing a lot of HIIT workouts, a lot of weight training sessions together with the little sort of weights that we do have. But yeah, I mean, we've come here and we have a lot of time on our hands, so we can train morning, afternoon, evening if we want to. But yeah, it's a bit of a panic because obviously for him, especially, it's the gains. He doesn't have the weights that he's been using in the gym. Whereas for me, give me a little bar, 2 5 kgs and a mat, and I'm fine for me. But not so much. But yeah, to keep fit, basically, I'm doing very similar to what I always do. I wake up in the morning and I'll have either an hour of meditation, yoga, or I'll go on the bike depending on how I'm feeling. Like this morning I went on the bike, so I did a bit of bike. That's another thing we have here is a bike. But if you don't have a bike, you can still do the meditation, the yoga, the stretching in the morning. And then in the afternoon then, when I'm actually at work, working from home, I'll go out into the garden and I'll be doing a session in the garden. So a HIIT workout. Someone said, you spreading it out, so you work doing twice. So are you two working out once a day? Right. So we usually work out once a day, but we can spread it out. So we can either do an afternoon workout or we'll do an evening workout. It just depends how we feel, really. I personally tend to work out twice a day during quarantine. I'm actually working out more now than I ever have. But that's purely boredom, guys. That's not what I do. I usually only train once a day. And that will be like a 20-minute cardio session and then a 40-minute weight session, something like that. But yeah, so I'll do some cardio in the morning or some yoga, and then mostly the afternoons because of the weather. So we'll go outside and we'll do a weight session, just a 45-minute weight session with what we have, or we'll do a HIIT session. So we'll get a little timer up on our phone and we'll just use the garden as well. So the step in the garden, we'll be doing like box jumps on that instead of like a box. Burpees, you don't need any equipment for that. So we'll be doing lots of burpees to get our heart rate up. We have 2 skipping ropes, so we'll do some skipping as well. So we do that for about half an hour, maybe 45 minutes. Then I'll go back in and continue working because I'm still working full time. And then in the evening then, we might go out for what the day we're allowed, the one walk I'm allowed. So we might go out for a walk, yeah, depending obviously. But that's keeping fit as well. A walk is still active, it's still exercise. You don't have to get your heart rate right up to say that you've done some sort of physical exercise. So it's just for us, that's what we're used to and that's what we're going to miss. So yeah, so we've been doing walking in the evening then, which is like our one little outing.
Yeah. No, that's really great. I mean, I'll get onto a few things I want to sort of chat about from what you said there. It's just, I think we've got a question here. Yeah. Are you eating more, less, or has it stayed the same?
Let me just put the light on. It's getting a bit dark in here. So I'm actually eating maybe a little bit more because my exercise has increased. So I'm doing more exercise in the morning. The yoga, even though it can be quite meditation, it can be quite calming, it's actually, you burn quite a lot of calories. You don't really realise. So I'm burning a lot more calories being in lockdown than I ever have. Because then if I'm say I'm working and I just want to take a 10-minute break, like the guys, when we are at the office, they'll go out and have a vape. They'll do like a vape break. And usually I can't do anything. But here I have a little bike next to me, so I'll just maybe do a quick 10 minutes on the bike. It's also just being quite bored as well, but I'm lucky that I enjoy it. So
Yeah.
because I'm doing that, I'm looking at my watch. I have an Apple Watch, so it tracks all of my calories, active and just total. I'm actually in a massive deficit a lot of the time, and I need to try and make sure that I'm not always in that
Yeah,
deficit.
make sure that you're eating enough.
Yeah. So believe me, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's a different story.
Yeah, good times. I like it. No, and I think that's good that you sort of like really said that there, because really to answer that question that J Cat, is it Jan Cat said? Yeah. Really, because you're in lockdown, that shouldn't really change what your nutrition levels are based on if you were at the gym. The thing is, what your nutrition levels should be based on what are you trying to achieve.
Exactly, yeah.
Are you trying to gain muscle? Are you trying to develop your body shape? Then you're going to need a good amount of calories.
Exactly.
Are you trying to maintain what you have? Then you need to be eating that sort of level that will help you maintain what you have. Are you, like I'm trying to do right now, it won't actually have been doing from the start of the year, are you trying to lose body fat? Then you need to make sure that your calories are at a specific level that is going to enable you to do that. So really, that should be the reason that you decide what your calorie levels are, not, I'm on lockdown, should I change them? No, what are you trying to aim at? And
a lot of people do that in lockdown because you can't go anywhere and you're not doing maybe as much as what you usually do. You get out of a routine of everything, but it's important to still try and remember what you were doing before. What your goal, like you said, what your goals were. Like my goals for the last few years have been to maintain. So for me, if I'm working out a bit more, I'm going to make sure that I put those extra calories that I have burned back in, but I'll just make sure that I add more vegetables or more protein to my meals. I just make my portion sizes a little bit bigger. For me, it's just maintaining right now. There's no kind of I was going to go for like my summer shreds, but what's the point, because you
can still post it somewhere, I'm sure, but the thing is, and this is actually part of what I wanted to get back to with what you sort of talked about before, in terms of what you really, what you've shown there with what you're doing is you have a structure still, and I think that's what a lot of people lack when they're now at home, be it they're working at home or even trying to work at home. The structure that they've been used to is now not there, because they're used to either going to work, or they're used to going to the gym to go to train, but now they're doing all of that at home. They almost don't know what to do and feel lost, and I think that's what can make people lack motivation. So what you said that you do is that you wake up, you meditate, or you do yoga, and then you go on your bike. It's like you still have a plan of what you're trying to do, and that's what keeps you right. And you said that you go to work, then for your break, you'll do a bit of cardio or you do a bit of training, then you'll come back. So you've still got your structure to your days, and is that what's keeping you not only motivated, but just making you go, okay, well, this is what I'm doing, and you just get it done.
Yeah, well, it's just as well, you've got to. It's hard. I mean, this is something that nobody's ever faced before, and not actually being able to go to a gym when it's what you love to do. You have to find ways to make sure that you're fulfilling those needs and you're happy. And I know that sometimes exercise to some people can be a chore. It's not really something that they want to do, but it does so much for you mentally as well as physically. If you just woke up in the morning and took an hour to do some stretches, to do some yoga, you feel so much better for the rest of the day. You've got up, you've done a bit of a workout, maybe have a healthy breakfast. It just kickstart your day in a good way, and you're positive then. Like Ash will get up then, obviously I'm a bit earlier than him. He'll come down and he'll be like, oh, you're in a good mood. And I know I wouldn't be in a good mood if I maybe just got up, not got changed, not sat down, because you start to then think and dwell on all the negatives that are around you. So you definitely just, and fitness, believe me, it's helped so much with everything. You end up feeling so the healthy inside, as well as getting the body that you want. That's just a small part of it. Your mental you're in, it's fab. And the more you do, the more you'll get into it, the more you'll want to experiment with different things. And then something like this, a lockdown, won't seem so daunting, because you'll know of different things you can do. And that is why I think you should follow a lot of fitness people, because they're always putting stories on. Or like I read just up there, someone was saying they find it hard to lose body fat because they don't have equipment. But you don't really need it, especially for losing body fat. It's all about put calories in, calories out, and obviously,
that's what I literally only have a tricep bar here.
Yeah, exactly. You do.
Am I losing?
I know. Yeah, you don't need it. On the weekend as well, and my structure is different. I'll make sure so that I'm not getting bored. I'll go for a long run. My one outing of the day, I'll be out for like an hour, and I'll do a long run. And I'll go at like 6 or 7 in the morning, and it's lovely. It's quiet. It's also so good for your mind when you go for a run as well. You just feel, even though we're locked down, you know, you can just take in the surroundings of the time you are allowed to go out. It just does so much for you, honestly. So I think you don't need equipment. You just have to be a little bit more strict with obviously what you're eating if you're trying to lose body fat. Don't look at this and go to food for comfort. Find something like, some sort of exercise is going to help. You could just do, there's so many HIIT workouts online as well. You know, just Google like a 30-minute HIIT workout, just get it done, and you'll feel so much better afterwards, honestly.
Definitely. And even me, myself, I specialise actually in bodyweight exercises for each individual body part. So that's how I've managed to create all that type of thing. So this is what I can still train almost like a split type of way.
Yeah.
So it's just about understanding how to do these things and being creative with how you would train in the gym, but using the equipment that you might have at home. So one of the basic ones is doing dips. You get a chair, do dips. There's so many things that you've got around about you, or even another basic one. If you've got a bag, put some books in it, do a single arm row. That's your back done, or just hold it, do some bicep curls. There's so much stuff around it. There's so much stuff around about that you've got at home that you can actually use to help train weight. So if anyone's got any sort of issues or wants to know how to do it, then definitely get in contact with me, and I can sort of like give you a bit of guidance on that though. But yes, I mean, as you pretty much said, it really is getting that structure, but then also what you sort of like talked about as well is that, I mean, we really need to get our mind focused on things away from what is going on, and fitness is a great way to do it. But then also it could be watching movies, reading about. We need to be using the time productively so we don't depress ourselves. And I think that's what a lot of people, because they don't have a structure.
Yeah, you need to find what you love, just focus on it and just feed into that. So if it is fitness, then follow some more fitness pages, look for some more inspiration. So me and Ash have been looking at a lot of HIIT workouts that we can do and mix them up, and I've been doing some filming for my page, which I haven't done in a while, because you know time gets away with you, and sometimes you don't always get the time to film what you want. But use the time wisely. If you love painting, paint your house. You know, if you love reading, just get a load of books. Just keep thinking about what you love to do and try and incorporate that into your day, because there's always ways to get around these things, you know. So it's okay.
No, that's brilliant. Actually, going to be then. We've got my friend Simon Chandler, who was episode 1. He's just joined, and in our live chat, he sort of like said that he's wanting to do like a sort of like vlog of him doing his sort of like cut for this sort of page. Just like, it's little things like this, you know. I mean, if someone wants to learn how to play an instrument, this is the time to do it. Someone wants to learn a language, this is the time to do it. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure there's a few people that are watching this right now, or be watching it in replay, that at one time when they've been working probably was like, I wish I just had a month off to do whatever I wanted. Boom, you've got it now. What are you going to do with it?
But it's as well, it's like, I don't know about you, but it just feels like we've all just stopped and we're just living in the present. Like for the first time in forever, we're not rushed. We're not like looking to the next thing. We're being forced to sort of stay where we are and live each day as it comes. And I think we all needed that as a society. We needed that, because I don't know about you, but last year just absolutely flew for me. I don't even know what day it was half the time. I was here, there, everywhere. And it's, even though I'm exercising more now because I have the time, I feel like I'm not rushing anything. Everything's just planned out quite nicely. So it's nice to actually just live in the moment, you know, with hopefully you're in lockdown with somebody, so you have that company. But if you don't, you know, you've got Skype, there's other things you can do as well. So you know, you
just like what we're doing here.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really, it's just nice sometimes actually just take this won't happen again, I don't think, in our lifetime. So we should just look at it as much of a positive as we can, to just tune in with ourselves, focus on what we love, and just like progress with that, you know.
Yeah, and I think it's something that I sort of read somewhere saying that yes, we need to do this sort of social distancing, but social distancing only really means physical distancing.
Yeah,
we can still be social by using the Instagram, as we're seeing right here, Skype, you mentioned, FaceTime, still getting contact with. You can still call someone using a phone. Do you know? Do you know what I mean? So,
I know. A couple of my friends, they did like a drink thing the other night. I wasn't able to join it. But
Zoom drinks.
Party. Yeah, it looked fun. Like, you know, there's so much you can do with your friends. You don't have to physically be there.
But I think that's the thing. It's just that it's making people realize. Do you know, the thing I hope that when this is all said and done is that people really start to appreciate more these little things. Like, I'm sure there's times where, let's say that you're out on a date with Ash, and you're at a very nice restaurant, right? And you're sitting there, and you and Ash are sitting enjoying the food, but you look around and there's people on their phones at dinner.
All the time. I mean, I can you're just guilty sometimes, but I totally get what you mean. I said this to him yesterday, I think. I said, I can't wait for the next time we just go for a Sunday lunch. Like, we just go out for a Sunday lunch. Nothing else, just be together and not worry. I mean, even when I'm out on a run now, I see someone on the curb, I'll jump off, and it's so strange. So you're just normal life is going to be nice. It's going to be weird again.
It's funny that you said that, because I went out for my mandated one a day walk. You know, it's almost like my pets, isn't it? You know, you're only allowed to go out for one walk.
You see people looking at you as well as like, should I back off? And like, especially when you're running and you're full of sweat, you can just see people's eyes like, no. So I'm like, it's fine, don't worry, I'll just go around you.
But it totally is. So when you see people, you kind of go, and it's a weird dynamic, because the thing about this is we don't know who's got this virus or not.
No, it's scary. It is scary.
But you've got to treat it like everyone's got it, so that you're safe. But then everyone should be like that with you as well. So it's because that's the whole point of this social distancing. But it's a very weird dynamic when you're walking, you see someone else, because you know, right, I need to give them space. But then you're like walking on the roads. But lucky enough, there's not much cars, so.
I went around like an elderly man when I was on my run last week, and he just gave me a little wave, like, as I went around it. Oh, it was so cute. And I was just like, just little things like that. I just think that, I think when we're all actually let out again, I think we just have to remember this, and how much we were restricted, and just don't take things for granted, because, you know.
Yes, yeah. I think
you've got to be grateful for everything.
I think that's the thing that I hope, when this is all said and done, that we truly appreciate every little fibre of life, be it the shelf stackers that give us our food, the NHS in the UK, or any healthcare profession, or wherever they are, that they look after us, you know. And even me, when I was out for a walk, for once it was a beautiful day in Scotland, and I actually looked about and just really looked at everything and just took it all in. Because as you said, I mean, I'm living in the present more. I'm not necessarily thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow, because I'm focused on staying alive now.
No, it's true. But like, when you're out, like, that's one thing I liked about my workouts with Ash outside, is we do have like a speaker we can put on, and obviously music, but sometimes I don't even want that on. I just want to listen. I know it sounds really weird, but just listening to the birds and the trees, and just working out in like outside in that environment. I still have the same energy, and because I really miss group workouts. I love group fitness, so just having Ash there, it still feels like a little bit of that, and just taking all that in. It's a totally different atmosphere to the gym, but it's what you make of it. And at the moment, it is lovely. You are living for the present, and you're just taking everything in as it is, for what it is. You know, it's nice to not be in the busy lifestyle at the moment. You know, it's quite chilled.
Yeah, I mean, since you've said that, I'll actually sort of raise this question. So, what would you say? Because I'm sort of a member of quite a few Facebook groups, and I did do a post about home workouts, and this is a question that's sort of well, not a question, but just something that people said quite a lot. So, what would you say to someone that sort of goes, "I'm just not necessarily motivated to train at home. I'm missing the gym." You know, what would you say to them to try and get them going? Because the way this is going, this is not going to be a month.
No, it's
Could
not.
not be going. We could potentially not be at the gym for the next 3 months,
Yeah.
potentially more. So, what would you say to someone that sort of says that?
Well, at the moment, I'd say now is the best time to try something new because obviously we've got the weather, we've got the time.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
you've ever considered maybe trying, if you've never done like a HIIT workout before, say you're someone who just purely focuses on like weight training and doesn't like to do any cardio, now would be like a great time to try something new. So I would definitely say just give it a try, go outside, get a mat or just get something from your house and just give something a go that you've never done before. Try something new because you never know, you might love it. It might be your new thing and you're working out. I know that obviously for Ash, I don't know myself because I'm not massively, I don't need heavy weights. So I can use, like you said, the items that you can get from your house. You could obviously make them as heavy as you like, but I've got little dumbbells and that's fine for me. But Ash, it is hard. It depends as well on the type of training that you do. So obviously a lot of people are struggling without having all the weights and without having the normal gym atmosphere. But I just think at this time there's nothing we can do about it. We just have to make the best of the situation that we're in. And if you look around your house, you will find items that weigh as much as something that you would use in the gym. So just try and incorporate it. Try and use something different in your house. Try and plan your day as well. So when you wake up, you know what you're going to train and at what time. So you're motivated. Like give yourself a time. That's what I would do. In the week, I say to Ash, right, we'll do 3 HIIT days. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday will be our HIIT days, and we'll do HIIT training on those days. And just don't go back on it because obviously then that's not discipline. Just try and keep discipline as well. But yeah, it is hard without a gym, especially for those who rely on the equipment in the gym. Like if I was somewhere else, I didn't have a bike or I didn't have a treadmill. It would be hard, but the equivalent to a treadmill would be to go out for your run. So you've got the outdoors, you can do running, you can order equipment still online. So I would definitely advise skipping. I never really skip, but I've been skipping a lot recently, and oh my gosh, like my shoulders, my calves, and my heart, and it's not really a type of cardio that I've ever done. So I'll be buying a skipping rope and going and skipping in the gym when all this is done as well.
This is done, yeah.
And that's something
Yeah, on you go.
Yeah. So that's just something that I've tried that's new. I've never really skipped before for a long time. I'm doing 60 seconds on and then I'll do like 30 seconds of core work and then 60 seconds skip again, another bit of core work. So it's just mixing things up as well. That'll help keep you motivated. You'll be like, oh, today I'm doing something I haven't done before. Cool.
Yeah. No, and I think you explained that brilliantly there. And as you said, you would have never done skipping, but this has made you actually see how effective that is.
Yeah.
And I think really what this is showing is that people rely too much on certain things. Yeah. Like for instance, that people might go, oh, well, I need to have heavy weights to train so I can, if I'm wanting to build muscle, blah blah. I'm in a cut phase right now, and I'm pretty sure not many people are probably even in the shape I'm in, and I don't have any weights now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's about understanding how to train. That's the thing. So if people are using heavy weights, are they using heavy weight because they need that because they're not effectively training properly, or is it that they feel that they just need the weight because it might even be an ego thing? They need to learn to train. I think this is what people. If someone actually goes down and actually does properly 4 sets of failure push-ups.
Yeah.
If they're telling me that is easy.
Yeah, they're lying.
And compare that to a bench press. Because one thing that I do, right, for instance, I can squat. I mean, this is what I got up to before the gym's closed. So I was able to, at the start of the year, after 7 weeks of not training, for an experiment I was doing to show people how quickly you can lose your results if you don't train for 7 weeks. But I went from 110 kg squats for 3 sets of, I think it was 15 for that, up to doing 145 kg for, which is about 319 pounds for the Americans out there. I'd managed to do that for 3 sets of 10 reps, right? Mm. But when I'm here doing negative squats till failure for 3 sets, my legs are fried. And that's just doing body weight, not putting, let's say, a rucksack in my bag to add weight. So again, it's people need to realise, is it the weights that they're missing, or are they actually wanting to do it to actually train?
Yeah, it's true.
If they're doing it because they're missing just the fact they're just putting on heavy weights, they're not really training.
No.
Because they're just, to me, that's almost more of an ego thing.
Yeah.
But training, the way I like to say is this: you can either train your muscles or train your ego. Most people have a big enough ego as it is, so.
Give your muscles a go.
So me personally, I'd rather prefer to train my muscles, but I think that's why I don't mind training at home, because I'm doing it for the purpose to stimulate my muscles.
Yeah.
For right now, to maintain them as I lose body fat, or even if I was trying to build muscle, I'd be really putting a lot more force into to make sure that, and having my calories up to make sure that happens. So we can still do this. So I think it really just comes down to, as you said, we've got to make the best of this situation, because the gyms aren't opening anytime soon. So we need, if we still want to be in shape, we need to do it, don't we?
The biggest thing that I've seen, and the biggest thing that I think people need to be careful of, is nutrition. I think
yes, definitely, 100% agree.
Because motivation sometimes can drop. Like, you'll get it back. It can go and come, but your nutrition, if you can try and keep that as good as you can to get to your goals, then really training is second to that. It's all about your diet and what you're putting in your body, and you can still go and buy all of those good things from the shops. There's funny, actually, I was in Tesco the other day, and everything that I buy was still there, like the konjac rice and no one wants any of that. It's all
that exactly, I know.
So there's no excuse to not eat good, which I find personally is the most effective. When I'm going away or I'm going on a holiday, I'm pretty much all diet. I don't really train as much. So I just think these are things that don't matter if we're in lockdown. So those things should change. But like you said, doing sets to failure, Ash has been doing that, and the boy's been at the end of our sessions. Like, he is struggling. So exactly. Someone who just usually goes into the weight section anyway in the gym. So it's definitely things you can do during this lockdown.
Yeah, and I think, and I like the fact that you really brought up the nutrition part of it, because I think that now that we are in lockdown, and people that, let's say they go, oh, I'm lacking motivation to train, so they're not training as hard as maybe they should do even at home, then they let their nutrition, this is where you start to go in that negative slide, and before you know it, you go, oh, I'm not in the shape I want to be, then you go, oh, there's no point. So the point is, this is why having the structure of, you wake up, you either do your work because you're working from home, or you train and you need to set the schedules regardless of what, depending on what works for you, but whatever it is, when you decide that you're working out, that is your time to work out.
Exactly.
Whatever your time is to go for a walk, if that's what you're allowed to do in your country, because some countries can't do that, then you do that. You need to sit down and actually write down, okay, what am I doing today? And if you do that for all your days or your week, and you make sure you do it, you're going to see that it's going to be easier for you to not only keep motivated, but keep the shape that you want, or to even improve in your shape. Is that something you'd agree with?
Yeah, oh no, gosh, I've got a diary. I mean, I've obviously got iPhone and my computer and everything, but I still have a little diary, and I fill in my diary at the end of every week for the week. It's just something I've always done, and it helps keep me on track and knowing exactly what I'm doing. Like, I know what I'm going to train tomorrow. I know what I'm going to do in the morning. I know what I'm going to do in the afternoon, and then everything just sort of flows. And I know then come Friday, I've had a great week, and I can treat myself to my cheat meal on Saturday, or I can have a glass of wine on Friday. I just think that don't use the lockdown period as an excuse to be like, oh, well, there's no point. Exactly. You'll come out of the lockdown and you'll feel everything will be even easier then, because you'll have access to the gym again, or you'll have access to go out with your friends and things like that. So stay disciplined and stay in a structure now, and it'll be even easier when this is all over. So yeah, it's good practice.
It is. And the thing that I sort of find funny is that when the gyms were open, you still get people just going, oh, I'm too tired to go to the gym today, I'll go tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then now that the gyms aren't open, they're going, oh, but the gyms are.
I know.
Which one is it? You know, so ultimately the point, all that shows is that it really doesn't come down. The gym is just symbolic. It really comes down to what are you willing to actually just train and do and get your nutrition at the right levels and eat generally the things that are going to help you achieve your goals, and are you willing to actually train to get your goals? I mean,
yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the good thing about it as well. It's like you have to be strong, you have to be disciplined, because obstacles do come in the way, and this is a big obstacle. And you know, if you're just gonna crumble and just be like, oh, I'm not going to do it, I'm demotivated, that's just a slippery slope, and that, you know, that's not what you want. You need to be your own motivation first, and then know what you want, know your goals, stick with it, and you'll start to see the results, and then it'll be a habit. It'll be like, right, well, I've done that, and I'm going to do that. You know, no one can take that away from you. If you need the help to get started, or you know, you need some inspiration, I strongly suggest following people like yourself and myself and other trainers out there that can give you the motivation to know what to do, because I get that sometimes you're in the house, you don't know what to do.
Exactly.
But there's loads of people are doing it now, especially with lockdown. It's great to see everyone's getting involved, everyone's sharing stuff, so there is actually no excuse to not get your goals in lockdown. So yeah, definitely give that a go. Look at pages and just get involved.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that, because yes, training at home is a bit more difficult than in the gym, because in the gym you've got specific machines there that you know that's what it's for. But this period right now really is showing that, as you said, that obstacles come on our way here. The only way we'll ever be able to progress and to grow is by overcoming these things, and it means that we just need to deal with situations that otherwise we wouldn't really want to be in. But none of us asked for this sort of virus to happen, but we all still need to deal with it. This is why I've actually created the home workouts I've done. Now, you've been for the first weekend, I actually stayed up all night to change all my clients' programs to home workouts so they wouldn't lose their progress. So we all have to do something. This is the thing that's actually quite beautiful about this is that regardless of ethnicity, regardless of if someone's rich or poor, regardless of what job someone does, everyone is affected by this. Maybe not affected the same, but everyone is affected by this. So it's really, we're all in this together pretty much, aren't we? I mean, is that something to agree with?
Definitely, and that's the good thing as well. If you feel like sometimes you feel like, oh, it's just me, or like, oh, everyone else is, you know, but we're all in this. So if you can see somebody that's motivated and that's doing it, then get a little bit of what they've got, because they're in the same boat as you. They're just maybe approaching things differently, and that's okay. They can help you to get, you know, on the path, like you said with your clients, you change their program so that they wouldn't lose motivation, and that's great. And there's always people out there to help, so definitely reach for people who you can see, maybe who you're inspired by, or who are doing things that you maybe want to do but don't know how. Just reach out, because we're all in this together. This is something none of us have ever been through before, so we're all starting from scratch. I mean, I never thought that I wouldn't have access to a gym. If you told me that, only if I cancel my membership. So so everything I'm doing on my page is all just from scratch. It's not something I've practiced before. I'm just going in and just doing it, and I promise you, I'm actually feeling fitter than what I usually do. I'm feeling less stressed. Trying new things really helps, and you can really explore a lot with your own home and your own garden space. You know, you don't need a gym, not at all.
So sort of with that, I mean, I suppose you sort of said a few things there, but I mean, considering we are in this sort of crazy situation that a lot of people generally would feel that they're missing out in certain things. Like, for instance, it's a lovely day here, so a lot of people would like to maybe go up to a sort of park and laze around in it. But I mean, what sort of good things are you actually found that you're enjoying about lockdown life, or what sort of good things have come out of this that have surprised you about being locked down?
For me, well, I hate to bring it back to fitness, but it's the fitness side of stuff. I'm taking my time more with everything. Like, usually my day is quite structured anyway because I'm quite disciplined, so it doesn't affect me day to day, but I'm finding that I can take a breath a bit more and really enjoy what I'm doing in each moment rather than maybe rushing it. Sometimes I get to the gym and I'm like, oh damn, I've only got 45 minutes, I haven't got my hour, so I'm
yeah.
But what I'm enjoying about the lockdown is having just more time to live in the present and not be so wrapped up with what I'm doing next and where I'm going next. It's, you know, it's lovely to have a holiday booked, it's lovely to go shopping with your friends, and it's lovely to be on the go, but sometimes you need to just chill and stop. And you know anyone that knows me, I don't stop. I'm just like, and I love that about my life. I love my routine, but I'm surprisingly enjoying having days where I don't know what I'm doing after my workout. Like, there is nothing to do, and it's like, okay. I mean, I was genuinely tempted to dye my hair pink. I went to Tesco. Like, I've never thought of doing that. Like, that's not me. I'm blonde through and through. I want to dye my hair pink. So, you know, just little things like, it's nice because it's tapping into a side of me that I haven't seen, you know, because I'm always 100 miles an hour. So it's quite nice to just stop and just sort of, I'm with my boyfriend here, so just we're enjoying each other's company. We're playing PlayStation in the night. Just you know, just stuff that you don't usually do as an adult anymore. So it's kind of feels like you're big kids again, you know, grounded.
Yeah. Well, yeah, literally, that's what it's like. But no, I actually really love that sort of like concept that you give. Like, that you just going, I want to dye my hair pink, because I think it's during this time it really should be tapping into our creativity.
Yeah.
And what we really actually want to do, you know, and we should be looking at these moments, like you said there, like you're sitting at night, you're sitting there with your boyfriend playing PlayStation. It's like,
just stuff you don't.
I mean, little things like that you really don't appreciate how good they are until you just sort of take it. Or people, if they're at home with their family and actually having proper discussions for those things.
Just like being able to, like my mum, I spoke to her the other day, and she said she had her sister on the phone, and her sister's like me, she's like 100 miles an hour, just like, right, okay, cool, next. But she said her sister just sort of went, like on the phone, just like, so. Yeah,
the nervous energy went.
You know, it's just like, we've all just stopped, but it's comforting to know that we've all just stopped. So it's like, you don't feel, sometimes you feel like if you stop, you're going behind, you're getting left behind of, you know, the loop you have to go in. But we all just have to take a minute and just embrace it all, you know. So I'm enjoying the change. I do like it. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes back to what I said before, that there's times where a lot of people would have went, oh, work is so tough right now, I wish that I just had a week off or a month off. What would I do? Is it? We've now got that time, you know?
Exactly.
It's really up to us to sort of, yes, we can't go, right, okay, I've got to say I'd want to travel to Japan or something. Yeah, okay, fair enough, you can't do that. But you can try, yeah. But there's lots of other things that we can actually be doing. I mean, I think this is really hitting home worse for people that, because I was speaking to someone that if they themselves generally are really outdoorsy people, I can really see it. It's something I didn't really think about, but I can see why it'd be so much more of a tough thing for them, you know. And I suppose another one as well. I mean, that sort of came up in that sort of Facebook group. People saying that their place isn't really that big. They don't feel they've got enough space to sort of work out. I mean, what would you sort of say to people with that type of?
Yeah, well, I think that I do think a lot of the workouts that are going around on Instagram that you can get for free, workouts online, they don't require much space.
Yeah.
They really you just need a small squared area. You don't need much. Yeah. And I promise you, body weight exercises are so effective. They are
Yep.
so. I remember ages ago, like when I was younger, I think it was either Usher or it was Chris Brown. I can't remember. They did an interview. It was like a dance thing I was watching, and the ladies were like, "You are in such good shape. What do you do? What do you do?" And he was like, "I just hold my own body weight. I'm all body weight." Because it's like, you know, just if you did like a handstand up against a wall for like 30 seconds, that is so hard, like your own body weight stuff. So you don't really need, you know, a huge area unless you're going for a run or something. You just need a little area, a little, you know, a YouTube video or a fitness account, and just have a go at some of the exercises, you know, alternate lunges, jumping jacks. You just need a little area. You don't need space, really. You know, it's nice to have it if you've got it, but you can do everything that you need to keep active, healthy and fit in a small square, literally.
I do think a lot of these times it's subconsciously people really not wanting to do it, because I mean because you've pretty much like debunked that whole thing right there, because you're right. You don't need much space. You don't, if you're doing bodyweight, you don't need much equipment, so why do you need much space?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And if you're doing abs or like your core, you're not even moving from your space. You could do a 20-minute core session just here. I could do it here and not have to go anywhere or grab anything, and my core would be killing by the end of it. So that, you know, you don't need the space. I think as long as you can like open a window and get some like fresh air in, you're good to go.
Yeah. And another thing is as well, I think people saying that they sort of maybe get distracted when they're at home, which I always find this. I mean, yes, if people have got kids, then of course that can that's a tougher one to sort of navigate around, unless you can just go to your room. But in general, if they're at home, I mean, I think a lot of people it's just because they're at home that they find it distracting. But when you're at a gym, there's people everywhere. But what would you say to these types of people then that say that there's distractions?
Yeah, it depends how you zone out. For me, a good playlist. I have to have a good playlist on, and I zone out, and that's running. That's a hit session outside. It's weights. So I would say in your free time, which you're going to have a lot of, download a really good playlist. Make sure it lasts the length of your session and it's full of songs that you absolutely love.
Enjoy,
headphones in and just listen and zone out. And then that way you don't have, you know, if you hear a noise in the kitchen, or, you know, if you don't live alone, that's not creepy, but like, you know, if someone
maybe you might need to be worried.
If you hear a noise and you live alone, then please stop, sort that out. But if you live with somebody and they're calling you, but you've said, look, I want a 45-minute workout, just like give me my space. But because, you know, my boyfriend, he gets called here and there, and I do as well. I'm like, Ash. So if you just put your headphones on, zone out, then I don't see how you could get distracted. I do get what you mean with kids. I mean, I work with people at the moment who have kids, and they are really struggling, you know, to work and deal with their children. But if you don't have children, you really don't have an excuse to not.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, you really don't, because there is nothing more distracting, I've heard, than kids. And they really can obviously interfere then with your normal routine. But if you don't have that and you are in the house, then there's nothing really to distract you. You just need to sort of be a bit more strict with your time. Like you said, be structured. Say from 12 till 1, I'm doing this, and get it done, and then reward yourself with something after. Say, right, well then I'll spend an hour watching telly or like catching up on my programs or something. But I always find if I promise myself I'm going to do something and then I don't do it, I beat myself up and I feel so bad. So I think doing that as well, making sure you have a plan and sticking to it, will keep you structured and will keep you in that routine. So yeah, that's why I'd say good music.
Yeah, no, that one's that there is brilliant. I think I hope people will take that advice to like have the music there, or just have, you know, anything that can help you focus, you know. But really, I think the thing that was actually more superb about what you said was have a reward at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. Give yourself something, credit yourself.
It might be one type of food if it's within your calories. No, no. I mean, it can be one type of food, or it can be that you sit and watch a movie that you really.
Yeah,
But have something that you can look forward to and have that at the end of the day, and
that's
then that structure is almost like you giving yourself that type of enjoyment. And if you have that every day, you're going to look forward to every day. So I think that's actually such a great thing. You
it's like you treat yourself like, you know, you play on your inner child. You do something and you reward yourself, and it like you take that into your adult life, and that's how you stay disciplined. That's how you stay motivated. Like, I look forward to having a curry on the weekend with Ash because I've eaten great Monday to Friday, so I deserve to have like the curry. But if I ate a curry every day, I'd start to feel sluggish, I'd start to feel bad, you know, I wouldn't feel good. So you have to be disciplined, but make sure you reward yourself as well, and it'll keep you on track then. That, you know, once you've had your reward, you'll be like, oh, cool, I'll do it again, you know?
Yeah, no, and that's what there's nothing magical really about this. We just need to make sure that we're eating things in moderation and that we're exercising. If we're doing that in general, we're going to not only be in a good shape that we might want to be in, but we're going to be healthier. And especially at this time right now, to say our health is important is an understatement, you know?
Well,
So
look at everything's going round. You realise how lucky we are to have our health and to have everything that we do have. Like, we talk about gyms and equipments, but we have our bodies. You know, you look at the gladiators years and years ago. They didn't really have gyms. Yes, they had heavy stuff.
That's a good point. Yeah.
You do not need a gym, and we need to stop relying on gym equipment. These designed machines to work this bit of your back and that bit of your arm. Like, just, you know, there's so much you can do with your own body weight and the stuff that's in your house and outside in your garden. Anything, you know, there's loads you can do. And if, for those who say, yeah, that's all good and well, you saying that, but what do we do? Follow fitness influencers on Instagram.
Follow us, ask us, you know.
Yeah, ask, do it.
I mean,
you know, exactly. We all have the knowledge there to help you. And a lot of the time, for me, this is new. I've not done these kind of outdoor things before, but I'm loving it, like mixing things up and trying different things. I did something yesterday. It was Dirty 30, it was called, and it was like 30.
Interesting.
It was 30 burpees, 30 bodyweight squats, 30 alternate lunges, 30 skip, 30-second plank, just stuff like that. And you do 3 rounds. Oh my gosh, like, I didn't use a weight, really. I didn't use anything. We have a thruster, so I use a dumbbell, but you don't need to. You don't have to. So, yeah.
Exactly. It just shows, I mean, that right there, I mean, that is as much a cardio workout as it is a sort of bodyweight workout. So that will definitely
believe me.
So it just shows that there is so many different ways really to keep our physical fitness during this time, improve our physical fitness this time, but really it also is about just, as Pippa said, taking the time to just really enjoy the present, enjoy everything around you. If you're out for walks, if you're like down in the country, take in the nature, the atmosphere, relax when you come home, give yourself that time to do something that you enjoy. If you're feeling bored, think, what is it that I actually want to do with my life? I mean, even if something is thought from that, what is it you want to do, and then take steps to try and go, okay, what will we do together? Or be creative. What is it that you really want to do? You know, what is it you want to learn? If there's something you want to learn to play, you know, the time is now.
Healthy, you know, a healthy mind, a healthy outlook on everything. You know, there's even in this lockdown, I'm just as happy because I know what makes me happy, and I'm still doing it. And I think that's what everyone needs to do. You need to latch on to what if stuff that makes you happy is going out with your friends, then get together on Skype. You know, like, there's so much you can do. And I think that right now we need to look after our mental health. We need to make sure that our physical body, we are healthy, and all of that can be done through the comfort of your own home. You don't need to go out and do that. Happiness starts with you anyway. It doesn't start with materialistic stuff and things that you find outside. It's all an internal thing. So get your happy, and then everything will slot together. It won't seem so daunting.
Yeah, no, Pippa, I mean, a lot of the stuff you said, I really think it's really going to sort of help,
I hope so.
sort of in this sort of situation. In it just really is just making use of what we have. And we're lucky that this didn't happen, let's say 10 or 15 years ago, before us having things like Instagram, things like Facebook,
Yeah,
things like Zoom, things like mobile phones.
exactly.
As I said, I
So
mean,
lucky.
yes, we're physically distant, but we don't need to be socially distant because we can still keep in contact with people and
Of course.
make new friends. Even if it's something that you go, do you know what, you may go, do you know what, I really hate this lockdown. Do a YouTube channel about that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty, especially, I'm pretty sure.
You feel better rant.
Yeah, you go around, pretty sure people would actually find that interesting, hilarious. You never know, you might get a following. So
You probably will have a group of people who agree, so it's fine.
so do that.
Yeah.
Put yourself out there. That's what this is. Put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Be it physically, mentally, whatever it is. Just do things that are that you feel you want to do, regardless of what it is. Read a book.
Yeah.
Learn how to write poetry. I don't know, just anything that you like. I mean, we've got the time. You know, I think that's really the recurring thing with this. I mean, it's just we've just got to use our time wisely because we're going to get to a stage where this will disappear and we're back to whatever normal life is, and then you're not going to have the time to do it. I mean, because you never know. I mean, if people do that YouTube channel, you never know, they might be the next YouTube star, and that's because they used the time, you know. But yeah, that's fantastic stuff there. I mean, if anyone's got any sort of questions on things that they are dealing with, or things that they find good about lockdown, or things that they don't like about lockdown, we can quickly look into that in the last sort of like 4 minutes that we've got here. But yeah, so I mean, for you, I mean, like, what do you think really will be the sort of outlook of this? I mean, do you think that this will last sort of like over the next sort of 2 months, or?
Well, that's the $1 million question.
Yeah,
I really don't know. I mean, for me, nothing's really changed. I can't, like, I've always worked from home anyway, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
So if it was to last a couple more months, it wouldn't bother me. But for my partner, with the pilot and stuff, it needs to change, like, because obviously that's gonna have a negative effect. So hopefully, I'm thinking maybe another 2 months at maximum, but I'm praying for like his sake. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? It's something different every day. I mean, look at Boris Johnson now, and
yeah.
I just up waking up every day and there's something new, and it's like overwhelming, isn't it? Yeah,
well, it's just because it affects everything life, and with the Boris Johnson situation, sort of our UK Prime Minister, for those who are not in the UK, I mean, that really does show that. I mean, I go back to what I said before, this virus affects everyone, regardless of what the social state of it is, and this is why we all need to sort us take care. This is why we need to be at home and do the things that are going to make us able to deal with being at home, which is why I even did this in the first place. But hopefully, the stuff that Pippa and I have sort of talked about here today can give people some sort of good insights as to things that they can really do. But it really just comes down to just actually having some sort of structure to your days and doing things that you love, that you can do. The confinement of your home using social media or whatever, that's how we can get through this. And if there's things that you're, struggling about, call a friend or get in touch with Pippa or myself. I'm sure we're both sort of happy to help.
I keep a note of all of the workouts that I've done. So if anyone needs to know, doesn't understand HIIT or doesn't know how to get, the results that they're maybe looking for because they don't have a gym, just drop me a message or yourself, and I'm happy to share anything I have. Like, I don't charge, I'll just give whatever. This is the time we all need to come together, and for me, my workouts, I'm happy to share them. So just let me know.
Cool. So I think that's on our last sort of minute here. So I want to sort of thank Pippa Hale here. So she's at OneFitPip on Instagram. So I'd urge you to give her a follow as well, and I'll see you guys on the next episode of Quarantine Fitness and Life. Thanks a lot, Pippa. See you soon, okay?
Thanks for having me. Take
No
care.
problem. Bye.
Take care.